Boom! There it is. We are live and we are back for another Nudelberg Daily Huddle. It's Thursday. It's damn near the end of October. Wow.
I can't believe we're here again. Didn't we just do this? We just do this.
Well, first of all, it's like you and I have been sharing a screen for like 36 hours is what it feels like.
Nothing already, man.
It doesn't stop. First, yesterday was, and if you haven't seen the post, huge shout out to Brian Lynn and the UKG group. We had a tremendous training session with them yesterday. We talked about the state of the sales environment or the business development environment. We talked about modernizing the sales process. We talked about LinkedIn and how to really develop a robust strategy for LinkedIn. And it was a 2-hour banger session that at the end of it, everybody was like, I can't believe this was 2 hours. It felt like 10 minutes.
So it was a little over 2 hours. If you looked at it, I think we went to 5:15 or something like that. They were a fantastic group, really very engaged, great questions. When you or we posted that last night, the responses back were so great. Maurice, incredible session. Can't wait for the next huddle. Maurice, shout out to you. Delwyn used to work with Shay, man.
Boom. At the Panthers. So crazy.
Always awesome to be inspired by your trials. Your energy and Mark provide the confidence to punch Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday right in the face. Nick Rashetta, who's super cool, went with the GIF game, came back. Yeah. Great. That city, I know he was paying attention. Yoko, right into video, working
using video through LinkedIn, like immediately jumped in and wanted to get some technical issues. There's Ryan Brady from yesterday. So good morning to you, Ryan. Great to see you.
Ryan was in the group that commented. Heather Geronimus, old friend, learning new tricks, man. So she's also the national president for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So she's going to bring some of those tricks there. Eddie Farias, obviously Brian Lynn, Amanda Gibson. Thank you for shouting out all that kind of stuff. But Mary Ledesma, I got to shout her out because her comment was, awesome session, guys. Definitely nice to have seen Steve's in the past, and now you both together. What a great team. Thanks for an amazing training. Awesome seriously, dude, how blessed are we that, so working with you side by side was certainly fun. I do want to give you a shout out. I didn't need to be there. I thought it was fun. It was almost like watching myself in the mirror. An interesting experience. We've done it so many times together. You use my same stories, my same inclination, my same jokes. It was fantastic. You've added your own, but it was really what a roadmap. And obviously was received incredible.
It's always better to do it together. I think, it's always nice to get, it's that give and go, you're just dropping it off to somebody else and they carry with the story. And it's just really great stuff. And it's just fun. Like, to me, the fact that we were able to stop in the middle of the presentation and open it up to questions and had a whole Q&A right in the middle of the 2.5 hours and then go back into it and do more. It was just a really engaging group. And obviously by the responses, it was really awesome to see everything that they were saying. But it's just fun. It's fun to affect people that way. It's fun to help them see a different way of viewing something and then actually give them the tangible and actionable items to go do after. I just don't know how it gets any better. So blessed to be doing something.
Very, very true. So not to, leave them out of the party. Yesterday, I did a customized huddle for our friends in Cincinnati, Jen Homer and her team, and similar kind of thing. They were like, you just lit our building on fire. So, I brought about some stuff, that, just daily behaviors that you can concentrate on to take you through the end of the year. And so LinkedIn is a tactic. For those of you who have not signed up for tomorrow, shame on you. Shame on you for not helping the charity. Shame on you for not wanting to get better. Even I know there's other people who are coming that have already seen it a bunch of times just to give to the charity. And I would be remiss if I did not say this for Jake and myself. Condolences to the Berger family. Debbie Marino Berger, Dan Marino's sister, passed away last night from brain cancer. So she lost her fight.
That's sad. Yeah. That's shout out to them and their family. Shout out to Kale. You know, Kale has been amazingly strong through this and just does an unbelievable job. So shout out to that family. Our prayers
affects everybody and it gets close. So, please do your part, and shout out to Mark, Kale, and the whole group there that, they're having a tough morning, but with faith, we keep the faith.
Well, let's go to some wake up music and then we will come back. We'll talk about tonight's event a little bit. We'll get into some content and we'll keep it going.
Wake up, everybody! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Wake up! Come on! Come on! Wake up, everybody! Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody! No more sleeping in there. No more about the thinking, time of thinking ahead. Come on now.
Boom.
Welcome back. Boom is right. And so to continue on with our time together, cannot leave out the event happening tonight, the Ultimate Night Out. We talked about it yesterday with Chaz. Sold out event. Fantastic. We're super excited to be in the event. There's be so many great people there. And so shout out to Lori and everything. You can still be a part of the silent auction if you're interested in donating to JA, if you're interested in giving some money and getting something back. Go click on the link, see if there's anything of interest to you, and give yourself an opportunity to win some great stuff.
I will tell you, the collection of people in the room, obviously shout out to Jazz, who did an amazing job yesterday. He was so much fun on the huddle. He crushed it, is right. But between who Chaz invited, David Greenberg, Lori, myself, the room is populated. We'll have the Mullings group there.
Yep.
We'll have Weston Jewelers there. A lot
City
of
Furniture obviously will be there.
Friends, so lots of friends. City Furniture, correct. Dex. So it's just a great collection of people who are there for a great cause, raising money, drinking, eating, having a good time. And then we get to smoke cigars with Michael Imperioli, which is going to be just outstanding.
So on today's National Day, we're going to continue the celebration of great people. We're going to continue the celebration of great causes. Today is National First Responders Day, and obviously you don't need a national day to celebrate the work that they've done, that they do, and they continue to do. But we've got a short video for you guys to watch to celebrate the day, to make sure that we pay attention and give thanks to our first responders.
Many people put it on the line. Many people get out there every day and do something that has never been done before. Many people out there put it on the line and do something special to help someone else. Why can't we recognize them? No matter where you go, no matter where you may be, someone is out there right now that is doing something far greater, and they're putting so much work in to make a difference in this world. Why can't we honor them? Why can't we honor those servicemen and women? You have to consider the fact there are great doctors, there are great lawyers, there are great teachers, there are great mothers and fathers, there are great people in this world. We all are responsible for one another. We all have a duty. We all have to serve. Whether you wear a uniform or not, you have to serve. Can you be a serviceman? Can you be a servicewoman? Can you serve? Are you prepared to serve? Do you have the ability to serve? Don't make it about yourself. You have a duty. You have a responsibility. They didn't give up. Why should you? Keep moving. Keep believing. We are all one. Both far and near, we must serve. So this day, we honor the servicemen and women who put it on the line, who've given their all. And if they make it home, and they have the ability to put their arms around their loved one, job well done.
Job well done. And, and a great reminder from Scott Garber to shout out to my cousin, Sam Garber, Sammy, who is a firefighter and is part of that first responder group. So say thanks, buy somebody a cup of coffee today. If you run into somebody, say hello.
It's interesting you say that, because I was on a business trip with Jeremy Brooks a couple of years back, got invited to speak at a conference for Shell Oil. Was going to Nashville. Was really cool. It was going to be at the New Omni Hotel. We get there early. We hit Main Street. We're going to get some barbecue. And we walk in, and behind us is a bunch of policemen. He gets to the counter and he goes, "I'm buying whatever they're doing." Yeah. And I was like, "What?" Whoa, okay. We sit down and I go, "What's up?" He goes, "I grew up in Kansas City. My dad was the chief of police, and policemen, firemen, service people never paid for a meal in Kansas City because, we have such an
expectation. The community give back.
You dial 911. Oh shit, something's happening. Right. I'm not going to deal with it. 911. You want somebody else to do that. Yep. So all of this bullshit about people that were talking bad about the police and talking bad about, I just don't get it. I saw that since that day. I have never, ever let, and Shay will tell you, when we used to go to Johann's, they'd walk in on me.
So it's not mutually exclusive, right? You can challenge things to be better while still appreciating the acts of service that they do for us. But when I worked at Sublicious, when I was a sandwich making extraordinaire, every single service member that came in, whether it be military or whether it be first responder, always ate free. Subs, drinks, chips, whatever it was. So that was always a great part of our day when they would pop in for a lunch break or for a dinner break, and we get to make them sandwiches and they'd sit down and eat and we'd hang out. It's the community. It's the give back to the community. But as Lori says, the key to success is serving others. That servant mentality and that ability to give back. Everybody has that ability, right? You can make lots of excuses on why you're not going to, but that is ability that everybody is blessed with, the ability to serve. And so whether it's giving of yourself and your time, whether it's giving your dollars, whatever it is to give back, you should absolutely do that. So if you haven't, be a part of Pink Pumpkins. If you're not a part of JA, be a part of JA. If you're not a part of United Way, obviously, do something. Figure out a way to
obviously Hayden Kassan, Chris White, Clint Finn, all past service members. My brother's wrapping up the academy here in 2 weeks. Will be hitting the road as a patrolman.
I love it.
Yeah, my dad was a Korean War veteran, so it's really interesting now that I'm back to traveling. I'm so blessed, so happy when I see them call servicemen to get on first.
Yep.
It's just the other people who are trying to jump in front of them. I'm disabled, right. I broke a toenail. I can't do, it's like, let the servicemen on first. So, boom.
So as promised, we are going to get to the time management material today.
It is time.
Before we do that, let's play our motivational morning music, and then we are going to talk all about time. Love it, baby. Imagine Dragons, it's time. And so to kick off this conversation, as Seth Godin loves to do for us, he dropped a bomb into the inbox the other day that I absolutely loved. And I'm actually going to read the whole thing real quick because I think it's really worth reading. It's called the Hedonic Buffet. Every day around 3 p.m., my dog takes a nap. As far as dogs go, he has a ton of available options. He could hang in the backyard, chase a squirrel, whatever. But in that moment, every day, the choice with the most benefit for him appears to be a nap. We're not that different, except times a billion. In any given moment, you could read a blog, this one, or watch a video, or check your email, or send an email, or ... We choose. We choose to see what Wolf Blitzer thinks in breaking news. We choose to have an argument or send a compliment. We do it largely out of habit, and our habits is grooved by countless choices in countless moments that came before. Like the buffet, it probably won't make you happier to keep loading your plate up simply because you can. Our best path usually begins by acknowledging what we do, in fact, have a choice.
First of all, I'm a gigantic Seth fan. The world is a buffet. It's about choices. Interesting buffet, Warren Buffett. We're going to make
I know. I love it. Leads right into it.
So that's a really good one. But yesterday, in my presentation to the group in Cincinnati, I said to them, has anybody in the group, there were like 20 people on the call. I go, anybody in the group ever say, I've got no time? No time. I just don't have time. Everybody says I don't have time, which is the biggest fallacy of all, because we all have the same time. It's 86,400 seconds in every day. So to Seth's point, is clearly about the choices of how you use your time, what you do with your time. It's choice, and it's very similar to a buffet. When you go, no, I've had enough, or no, I'm not going to eat that because it's going to make me feel like shit. Same exact thing in your calendar. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to nourish me. That's not going to move my goals forward. And so Warren Buffett says the power of no is the one single skill set that will change your life.
Well, and I really want to move to the 80-20 rule then, because that to me makes sense. When you go to the buffet, disciplining yourself to choosing one meat, one vegetable, and one starch, right? That discipline to not taking everything on. And so what he talks about, this 80-20 rule, is that 20% of your priorities account for 80% of your results. So in order to disciplining yourself, in order to figure out what to do, you've got to really understand what are all of your priorities, right? And then take 20% of those. So if you were to write down 25 priorities that you have in your life, and then say, okay, I know that 20% of those are going to account for 80% of my results. So that's what I want to focus on. Take your top 5, right? Move into your calendar and then say, show me everything that I'm doing. Anything that doesn't align with those top 5 priorities, I'm saying no to. And that way you're actually able to work through your priorities, as opposed to having a list of 25 things that nothing ever gets completed because you're trying to work on all of it.
It's very easy to get distracted. Ooh, look at this new thing over here that I can go to. So to your point, discipline, calendaring everything. What gets scheduled gets done. And if they're on target, people don't account for the things that they have to do every day. Everybody I talk to says, I got to take my kids, I got to feed my dog or walk my dog. You can't not account for that. That takes time.
Correct.
If you put a bow around it, a boundary around it, and said 15 minutes for this, 15 minutes for that, just about every single client we work with, we have worked on time management, and time management has created freedom to achieve the things they want to do.
And so the way that I was raised in this as a football mind and in sports was, when we created a practice schedule, we didn't just block out 5 minutes for everything. It's not the way we worked. we first defined what is it that we were trying to accomplish with that drill, and then said, how much time do you think we need to accomplish that? Do it in less time than you think we're going to need. So if we wanted to run 15 plays of team, right, we would say, how long is it going to take us to run 15 plays of team? 11 minutes. So we actually had a period that was 11 minutes long. It's an odd number. It's weird for people to work that way, but we did the same thing with warm-up. How long should warm-up take? It should take 3 minutes, not 5. So you start stealing 2 minutes here, 4 minutes there, and all of a sudden you end up with 15, 20, 30 extra minutes that you're like, okay, now we've got more time to allocate to another place. So it's not about not being able to do everything. You can do everything. You just can't do everything all the time. You have to figure out how much time it takes you to do things and figure out what your non-negotiables are. Great, Christian Castellano. Excellent. Those things have to go in there. And then you have to reverse engineer your priorities, your top 5% of priorities, in order to get your 80% of results from those 5.
You know, the reality is, most people are not present. They're thinking about what they didn't get done. They're thinking about what they need to get done. They're before and after. They're never present in that moment. And Jake posted something the other day that was so on point. He did it on the Get on the Ball stuff, which he is posting amazing stuff. But he talked about transitions. So when you had practice, and I remember going there, whoo, whistle would blow, move to another station.
Yep.
When we went to high school, right, all of us had 8 classes a day. You know, you'd go 45 minutes, bang, the bell would ring, you'd move to another class. And you went from chemistry to history, completely changed your focus to absorb and be engaged in a whole nother topic. Think of the same thing again if you use a bell. Boom, transition from one activity to another. And if you have 5 priorities, it's pretty easy to schedule those throughout the day. Ring a bell, coordinate the time, be where your feet are. We see such magical results. This is not a pitch thing, but our time management module works. You know why it works?
Exactly.
I used it, man. You know, I was that maniac that just was all over the place. So, you know, Lori's right. It's not. It's very simple.
Sounds easy.
It's simple. It's not easy. You have to really be determined to move in that direction. And that is saying no. The fear of, you know, there are some people who say, listen, I'm coming into town. I want to see you. And I have to say to them, you know, I want to, I can't. I just, you know, I want to be there for you. And I know it'll make you feel good, but I cannot manage that because it doesn't get me to where I want to go. I read that article from Warren Buffett all the time because it validates me. It makes me feel better about saying no. So just great stuff.
Great stuff. So we finally got to the time management. So there you go. So if you are looking for how to prioritize yourself, a couple different ways to do it. You can go to getontheballtraining.com. You can buy the time management module. Happy to help you that way. Reach out to us, have a conversation. I just train the entire City Furniture North Dade team on time management. So those of you that are in retail or in a place that you think it's so chaotic, you don't have control, it's bullshit. You can have control if you want to have control. So excellent day on a Thursday. Be of service today. I love it. I see Les Gusky.
Les is the first one. He bought the first full round package and he gets it. What's important now? Be calling audibles all day long. What's important?
Shout out Chris White just donated. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Fantastic stuff. You guys have a fantastic Thursday. Can't wait till tonight to the ultimate night out. Get after it. Let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million